But now everything is fine. Yes. Now let's have 2 minutes. Okay. Salam Habibi, how are you all? I hope you are fine. It's me, Michael Cesar de Santa, in the channel of Afghan Jelebi, Michael Cesar de Santa, with here with you. Accordance with title, because in the live we have no thumbnail. Well, accordance with the titles, you have to know that now we are roasting Almas Jacob in the topic of Imam Mahdi versus Dajjal when the period is Israel versus Iran. Well, now let me tell you why Almas Jacob we are roasting Almas Jacob. Well, I thought that we would be at the free times and we would not roast Alma Jacob because at least she would discuss the Imam Mahdi and well, who is this Antichrist? Well, here we can see that it would be the religious point. But now, as the second episode of the Alma Jacob, in the topic of Imam Mahdi versus Dajjal, we have seen that Alma Jacob is being pro-Islamic. Well, but now in the topic there's that, well, if you support Islam, that means you are Muslim. Well, you can show your identity as a Christian or as an atheist, but your real identity is you are a Muslim. In the case, well, Almas Jacob said that Almas Jacob do it as a pro-Islamic points. Okay. Salam. Well, well, I have a nice job. But now, as we can say about our topics, and we have a further discussion about it. Well, when I personally discuss about the Jewish-Muslim conflict, I have researched personally, then I can came to know that, well, Almas Jacob say every nonsense points as she claimed. Well, she stay against Antichrist and she supports Imam Mahdi. While in accordance with Bible, there was no points about Imam Mahdi. If that was second birth Matthew or something like that, we don't know, but there was no mention about Imam Mahdi. And now, here with this, it's going to be geopolitical points with the religious views. Okay, let's see about it. Okay. Well, and now we have opened, well, I have subscribed Fact Almas Jacob Live. Okay, now we are going to Imam Mahdi points.
वेलकम वॉचर्स, मैं हूं अल्मास जिसको आप देख रहे हैं। क्या इमाम मेहदी बाइबल का एंटी क्राइस्ट होने वाला है या नहीं होने वाला है इसकी
Well, personally I would like to say that Imam Mahdi can be Antichrist because uh, she want to kill the Jews or Muslims. She want to kill Jews and Christians, and she want to establish jihad. Therefore, she can be Antichrist. But now let's see.
ऊपर ये वीडियो का पार्ट 2 है। पहली एक वीडियो हम अपलोड कर चुके हैं। अगर आपने वो वीडियो नहीं देखी है तो मैं आपको रिकमेंड करूंगा कि पहले आप वो वीडियो देख लें। और उस पहली वीडियो के अंदर काफी लोगों ने नीचे कमेंट्स किए कि तुम्हें नॉलेज नहीं है, तुम्हें पता नहीं है, तुम्हें पहले रिसर्च करनी चाहिए थी। तो सबसे पहली बात यह है कि जो
well, well, well. Now I would like to say that in the previous video, a video I want to roast Almas Jacob, but the first episode of the topic, there was some Almas Jacob claimed that there were some comments that you have no research, you have no knowledge about it. Okay, yeah, I appreciate your points, and now we would like to answer your comments. Well, now I have answered your comments. Well, now here we can see that Almas Jacob have create a video as the first episode of the topic, and Almas Jacob claiming that some commenters are saying that Almas Jacob does not have any research about the topic, and Almas Jacob does not have any knowledge about the topic. But I don't know what about this topic, but previous several videos I had said that in the topic of Israel-Iran war, I have said multiple times that Almas Jacob has no knowledge and no research about it. And now, when it was the topic about Imam Mahdi, some Christian commentators even titled that Almas Jacob has no research about the topic between Imam Mahdi and Antichrist. Well, and now let's see the points. Okay.
लोग कमेंट कर रहे हैं उनको खुद ये नॉलेज नहीं है कि मैं वीडियो में बात क्या कर रहा हूँ। वो वीडियो मैंने कहीं से भी इस्लाम के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से नहीं बनाई और ना ही इस्लाम के खिलाफ वो वीडियो बनाई है। मैंने वो वीडियो बनाई है उन मसीहियों के लिए जो मसीही, अब क्योंकि आपको पता है ईरान और इसराइल की जंग जब से लगी है तब से ये टॉपिक दोबारा से छिड़ गया। गो के ये थ्योरी आज से कई सालों पहले, 10-12 सालों पहले ये थ्योरी किसी गोरे ने बनाई थी और उस वक्त भी मैं इस थ्योरी के साथ एग्री नहीं कर रहा था और आज भी मैं इस थ्योरी के साथ एग्री नहीं करता, जिसका मतलब ये है कि ये थ्योरी फेक है, झूठी है। और जिस किसी ने भी ये थ्योरी बनाकर मसीहियों को गुमराह करने की कोशिश की है, मैं मसीहियों के लिए वीडियो बना रहा हूं ताकि उनको ये बता सकूं कि ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। इमाम मेहदी कहीं से भी बाइबल का एंटी क्राइस्ट नहीं है। तो आप देख सकते हैं
And now, there were some points that an white religious person claimed that Imam Mahdi is an antichrist. Before they had some points. Well, first of all, there are some points where it is saying that Imam Mahdi and well, Imam Mahdi can come to here and destroy the Christian and community and the Jewish community. Well, as some white religious person said, well, I have read the Islamic book. Well, I have read the Islamic book. I don't know what is the name, but it seems to me a authentic book. In several Islamic authentic book, you have say you can read that. Well, Imam Mahdi would in the Dajjal period, several Christian person, that is and atheist Christians like us, and atheist Jews like us, and atheist Muslim like us would believe what Dajjal said. Well, and well, 20 million Christian soldiers and almost 2 million Jewish soldiers would fight against 5,000 Muslim soldiers. Well, Jewish soldier, every Jewish soldiers and every Christian soldiers contain rifle. They have content submachine pistol. They have content rocket launcher, etc. Well, here is my disclaimer, and that is that I would not promote any weapons, but the discussion about weapons is just to knowledge. Okay, it is not a promotion of weapon. Okay, and now it is news and politics. Therefore, we would like to have a knowledge of weapons, but it would not be promotions. Okay. Well, and here would come Dajjal, and Dajjal have an influence power, like in YouTube, Cadiminati in YouTube, or Mr. Beast in YouTube, or in their case Purify in YouTube. Well, if as a YouTube music, T-series in YouTube music, well, this type of influence power Dajjal would have. And now through stories, through music, well, Dajjal can influence every Christian's community, every Jewish community, every Hindu community, every pagan community, and every atheist community, and every atheist mindset Muslim community can be influenced by Dajjal. But the religious Muslim would wait for Imam Mahdi, and the religious Christians like Kenyans Christians, Zimbabwean Christians like Robert Mugabe and Almas Jacob herself would wait for Jesus Christ. Okay, and here is the points. And Imam Mahdi and Jesus Christ would wipe out Christian community, every of Christian community and every of Jewish community. It is written in several authentic Islamic books. It is authentic book for Islam, but it cannot be authentic for another religions. Okay? Now let's go for it.
थ्योरी के मुताबिक थ्योरी ये कहती है कि इमाम महदी जो है वो बाइबल का एंटी क्राइस्ट होगा, लेकिन मैंने क्या कहा उस वीडियो में, मैंने कहा कि नहीं, अलमास जेकब सेज इमाम महदी इज नॉट द एंटी क्राइस्ट, इमाम महदी दज्जाल नहीं है। मैंने ये वीडियो में बात की है। अब आज की वीडियो में हम बात करने वाले हैं उन पॉइंट्स के ऊपर जिनकी बुनियाद के ऊपर ये सारी थ्योरी खड़ी हुई है। पहली वीडियो जो हमने बनाई थी उसमें तो मैं
It means, Almas Jacob now discussing about several points. That points stands the theory that Imam Mahdi is Antichrist. Now see it.
आपको क्लियरली बता दिया था कि कैसे ये थ्योरी फेक है। जिसने वो वीडियो देख ली उसको कोई शक नहीं होगा, लेकिन आज की वीडियो देखने के बाद आपको मजीद क्लैरिटी मिल जाएगी। जिसके जहन के अंदर अभी थोड़ा सा भी शक बाकी है ना, उसका वो शक भी दूर होने वाला है कि कैसे ये थ्योरी बिल्कुल भी बिब्लिकल नहीं है। तो क्यों नहीं है जी, पहले हम उस लिस्ट को देख लेते हैं। ये जी जनाब मैंने स्क्रीनशॉट लिया है, हियर एंड सी मिनिस्ट्रीज नाम से एक चैनल है जहां से ये बिद्दत ने जन्म लिया है, जहां से ये सारी गलत तालीम आई है।
Well, here and show a public video to stand a theory that Imam Mahdi is Antichrist. Almas Jacob said that it is like a biddat. And now in the several fake channels of Almas Jacob has asked me that let's support Adam Seeker. Adam Seeker said that support Almas Jacob, and now we have to talk. There are several fake channels of Almas Jacob advise me to support Adam Seeker. Adam Seeker supports Almas Jacob, and in the influence of Almas Jacob, Adam Seeker left Islam and now became Christianity. Blah blah blah. Here what I am seeing that I am watching that. Almas Jacob say to believe Imam Mahdi is an antichrist. That is a clear. I'll repeat that. Here we would talk. We have 12 minutes for the air conditions.
बेसिकली हियर एंड सी मिनिस्ट्रीज जो है ये सिर्फ और सिर्फ ट्रांसलेट करते हैं गोरों की वीडियोस को बिना तहकीक किए क्या उसमें सच्चाई है या नहीं है। इनकी सरदर्दी नहीं है, ये चाहते हैं कि हम सिर्फ इंग्लिश से हिंदी में ट्रांसलेट कर दें और उसके ऊपर व्यूज आ जाए और हमारी मिनिस्ट्री और एंटी क्राइस्ट के अंदर क्या क्या चीजें पूरी होंगी। तो इससे पता चलता है कि जी जनाब जो थ्योरी के मुताबिक कि इमाम महदी जो है वो बाइबल के एंटी क्राइस्ट हैं। तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। मैं एक एक पॉइंट को अभी आपके सामने क्लियर करने वाला हूँ। सबसे पहला पॉइंट है जी किल जूज एंड क्रिश्चियंस, यानी कि महदी का क्या रोल है जी, वो आएगा और वो यरूशलेम के ऊपर कब्जा करेगा जंग करके। और कैसे जंग होगी जी, काले झंडे लेकर एक लश्कर निकलेगा जो कि दरियाए फरात को पार करते हुए मुसलमानों का एक बड़ा लश्कर जो है वो इसराइल के ऊपर चढ़ाई करेगा और जाकर वहां पर यरूशलेम के ऊपर कब्जा कर लेगा और वहां पर रहने वाले जो यहूदी और मसीही हैं उनको कत्ल करवाएगा। ये इनका थ्योरी के मुताबिक बिलीफ है। मुझे नहीं पता इस्लाम में इसके बारे में क्या है, लेकिन
Well, uh, okay. Now, in the accordance to the points, uh, in several points, it is not just perhaps the white religious person was a Christians. Well, because in here we have said several times that Imam Mahdi would attack on Jewish communities and wipe out every Jewish community from their land and and without a single flaw. Well, for this times, I can see that Jesus, it can be an antichrist. Well, if it is antichrist or not, we Muslims don't know. But according to Islam, I can see that it is clearly a point of view of Dajjal. Okay. And here we can see the what is the false Dajjals. Well, I mean the false prophet. We can see. Okay. Well, and now 2 minutes. Well, and now here are the points. Okay. Here are the several problems. Now, well, Islamic Islamic hadith is about every Jews before judgment of day. Okay. Now here we can see here well here as a clear points. It is a Islamaka Info a website. Perhaps some Muslim Almas Jacob would believe would not believe. Well, the website uses cookie. Well, in the battle between Jews and the Muslims at the end of time, the aggressor will be the Jews. Well, in the narrative, it is the narrative in the hadith that Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, the hour would not begin until we fight the Jews, until Jews will hide behind rock and tree, and the rock and tree would say, O Muslim, O slave of Allah, here is the Jews behind me, come and kill him, except the gargat, a kind of a thorny tree. At the same times, as far as I know, the Muslim throughout history have treated the Jews well and coexist with them. For Islam is a religion of love and peace. So why does the hadith tell us that we have to kill them? Well, and now here it is the narration by okay, Islam Islam is the religion of mercy and peace. The questioner described this before Islam allowed to Jews and Christians to remain the Muslim land and did not expect them to kill them as they did and still do when they gain control over Muslim land. Well, this is the false point. Al-Bukhari 3001 ayat 3166 it is written. Well, and now as a sunnah.com, let's see. It is clear that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the hour would be not established until you fight with the Jews and the stone behind with the Jews and hiding with say, oh Muslim, there is a Jews hiding behind me, so kill him. Well, it is the reference Sahih al-Bukhari, book number 56, hadith number 139. Okay. But now, still I am a Muslim, so because therefore you can say, yes, the points. Well, what would we believe that Imam Mahdi would came to us and kill every Jewish from their existence? Well, and the several times we can say about Yasir Arafat, and there are several points when they have their own Imam Mahdi, and after they lose to Israel, well, now let me see the history. The history is that 1947 Israel has been independent from Palestinian terrorism. Well, Palestine terrorists has their contains their own land, but rules under British. Well, when Israel has been independent, Israeli area was 45%, and Palestinian area contains 55%. But and there was the time when Palestinians get to know that now we have to eliminate Israel from their own land. There would be no Jewish person in the land we called Palestine. Well, the land we call Palestine, in the points 1947, 6-day wars and Yom Kippur wars. Here was the 3 points where 3 wars where as all of every Muslim countries in Arabic world would like to has a combined military force to eliminate Israel. is the, and now we can say I am opening the Bing AI, Bing Map. Well, now Bing AI doesn't exist. It has, because Bing AI has been captured. Okay. Now we have just 2 more minutes. Okay. Here is the moment. Well, now in the points, here is the points we are finding on our Israeli points. Okay. It is the Israel. Well, it is Israel, and here is the Palestine, but every area is Israel. Okay. And now you can see that, well, here in the first day, only 2 Muslim countries support Israel. First Muslim country was Turkey, the present name Turkey, and second country was Persia. Now as a present name is Iran. Well, here was the topic that we are now talking about Imam Mahdi versus Dajjal. Dajjal in the topic of, in the period of Israel-Iran war. Well, and now you can see every Muslim country contains a combined military force to attack on Israel. All of the Muslim military was Arabic. Well, officially Arabic, but unofficially it is only every Muslim military combined military force. Okay, now you can see here is Morocco, Algeria, Libya, Tunisia, Egypt, Sudan, Mauritania, okay, Syria, Iraq, Azerbaijan, Jordan, and even Saudi Arabia, Oman, and Yemen. Even Saudi Arabia was in the Islamic military force to eliminate Israel. It is officially, but unofficially there was a military troop like Pakistan, well, Malaysia, and Indonesia. I have mentioned like this. Well, in the points, Albania doesn't exist because it was Yugoslavia times. Well, now let's the points. In 60 war, all of Muslim country has been defeated by Israel. Well, but now let me see. Time period of 6 Day War. Okay, here is the time period of 6-day war. Okay, June 5 to June 10 in 1967. Okay, but now I would like to talk about the same points, but different war name. It would be Yom Kippur War. It would be Yom Kippur War. In Yom Kippur War, that was start on October 6, 1973 and end on October 6, 1973. Now let's form the points. Okay. In that time in Syria, Bashar al-Assad father was the president of Syria. And now in that time of Egypt, they were anti-Israeli. Well, Libya, Algeria, Morocco, Mauritania, even Saudi Arabia was anti-Israeli mindset. And just to eliminate Israel, in Jeddah they have established the Organization of Islamic Conference only to eliminate Israel. Well, and we were not talking about Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, because all of them are under Soviet Union. Okay. In 1973, well, Bangladesh under Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman even sent a military troop to eliminate Israel. And now her daughter-in-law, Tulip Siddiqui, is the corruption minister of England. Now I would like to be worried what would happen in England during the well, while the time would be anti-national government of England. Okay. And now, here let me tell. It was the points. But in 1973, partially Egypt and Libya and Jordan and Saudi Arabia would like to believe that we have to tie with Israel. But still 2024, Syria, Iran, Syria, and after Islamic revolutions in Iran, Iran is now enemy of Israel. And here was the points. Okay. Now from 1947, here was a theory that about Israel of Imam Mahdi, just to eliminate Israel. It is nothing to it. In 1967, some radical Islamic persons, community native, believe that Saudi Arabia is the next Imam Mahdi. Then later they have to believe that. Well, oh, okay. Not Saudi Arabia. Uh, well, Saddam Hussein is Imam Mahdi, uh, and now not any Iraqi president. Ahmadullah Khomeini is now Imam Mahdi. Well, and now they have built our Islamic community has built the concept of Imam Mahdi just because Israel has been independent in 1947, and the several Israeli who left the Israeli land after being tortured by Muhammad Salahuddin and Khalifa Umar bin Khattab radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, the Sahabi of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they are being back to their own land, Israel. And it is the points, and in the points, here is Imam Mahdi concept start. But before that, we don't know why even Imam Mahdi would exist or not. But what about the Antichrist? We are talking about Antichrist in the later points. Okay, now let's see the points. Well, now we have missed the time period. We have we have missed the time period, and now we would like to talk. Well, when you come, you can comment here.
इस थ्योरी के मुताबिक ये है कि जी जनाब वो वहां पर जाएंगे और जाकर कब्जा कर लेंगे और यहूदियों और मसीहियों को कत्ल करवाएंगे। तो जनाब क्या बाइबल का जो एंटी क्राइस्ट है जिसके साथ इसको कंपेयर किया जा रहा है, क्या वो भी यहूदियों और मसीहियों को कत्ल करवाएगा? क्या वो सिर्फ यहूदियों और मसीहियों को कत्ल करवाएगा? तो आइए खुदा के कलाम में से देख लेते हैं। ये सारा कुछ जो है ना इस बीस्ट के बारे में लिखा है रेवलेशन चैप्टर 13 के अंदर। तो हम यहाँ पर पढ़ते हैं, अगर नीचे आप आए तो यहाँ पर आप पढ़ सकते हैं 15वीं आयत के अंदर, एंड ही हैड पावर टू गिव लाइफ unto the image of the beast। ये झूठे नबी के बारे में बात हो रही है कि उसको ये ताकत दी गई थी कि वो मुखालिफ मसीह का जो बुत है उसके अंदर दम फूक सके, उसको जिंदा कर सके। that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed। यहाँ पर कहीं पर लिखा हुआ है कि यहूदियों को और मसीहियों को कत्ल करवाएगा। ये पूरा चैप्टर पढ़ के मुझे बताइएगा कि क्या यहाँ पर लिखा हुआ है कि मसीहियों को और सिर्फ यहूदियों को कत्ल करवाएगा? तो
well, and now here is the points. Well, now here is a serious topic, so it is not any joke. Well, now here we can say that according with Revelation 13, I have read that accordance with Revelation 13, it has been written, well, false prophet would contain a power to provide a life on the image of the beast. Well, image on of the beast, and now the image of the beast would be alive, and he can talk, he can walk, he can order, he can request, and the person who does not worship on the beast would be killed. Well, in the points, Almas Jacob called herself as a Christians, and now since Almas Jacob can call herself as a Christians, Almas Jacob said that there would be 10 commandments. Well, what is the second commandment? The second commandment is that don't worship on idolatry. Okay. Now, well, as an Almas Jacob research, we are starting to believe that washing of idolatry is not a bad. It's just a good. And perhaps I have no problem to believe that worship on idolatry is the best position. Now, why I am saying? Let's have a clear. Okay. Now, but for now, here I am sitting on the chair. Okay. Well, and now here is the points. Well, and now it is the map, but at the points, it is the map only with directions, but it is not a map that would say what happened with it. Okay. Well, now let me. Okay. Well, now let me tell like points. Well, 6 day is well world map. Now I am typing world map with plan speed calculator. World map with a plane speed calculator. Okay. Well, here we can say that our well, I'm worried if that would be the clear points. I mean, the research paper or not. I would like to say. Okay. Great circle mapper. Okay. It would be great circle mapper. Well, it would like to say airport and aircraft. Flight time calculator. Okay. Now it is the flight time calculator. Okay. Select aircraft. Okay. Now if we can have any research points of it. Oh, it can say the city search, flight parameters, and select aircrafts. But it cannot say the travel times. Okay. Flight time with okay. Flight height, height, time, flight time, calculator, width, speed. But now, here as I'm feeling a disappointment. Okay. Okay. Well. Uh, Here we can say flying times. Okay. It is the direct flying times. Okay. But now we have to say always. Oh. Well. Now. I was watching points that would be here the points. Well, perhaps it is a sponsorship, but I can know what is doing that. Uh, where I can and calculate flight height time only with speed. Okay, now where is the points? Speed. Well, perhaps it is a points. Okay. Now on here, well, now I'm going to distance. Distance to. Well, here is the points. Distance. Here we can have a flight route. Well, and now we have a problem. Well, tell Aviv. Well, here's the points between Israel. Okay. And now, here we got a flying route that is 7,156.81 kilometers. Okay. Now, oh my God. Well, 7,156,081. Okay, it is the speed distance times. Well, we'd like to say it is the kilometers now, but at a point that we can calculate. It would be minutes and that would be 3 minutes. Okay. Uh, oh my Adonai, that would be 2 minutes. And now here are the calculations. Okay, it would be, I would like, it is kilometer, I would like to say it would be kilometer per hour. Okay, now let's have a calculate. Um, well, perhaps it would solve the distance. Okay. The distance is that here we got an answer. The answer is 214,704 kilometer per hour. It is the clear. Well, well, here is the points we can say. Well, before the birth of Newton, we would like to believe that if we can travel 20 kilometer per hour, that would be the fastest. That would be the fastest speed of our life. Well, that would be the fastest in our life if we can travel in the velocity of 20 kilometer per hour. There was a concept before the birth of Isaac Newton. But now, here we can see, well, we can say that there as a, after Isaac Newton born and starting the Isaac Newton physics, we can say that now we can travel in 140 kilometer per hour would be that would be the fastest velocity in our life. But now, in the points, there the German Jewish scientist Albert Einstein came, and now Albert Einstein provides his own kinetic energy. In the velocity of 10% velocity of light, there was no difference between Albert Einstein and Isaac Newton. Okay? But now here we can say, well, I want to travel from, I want to travel from our points. Well, I want to travel from Tel Aviv to Beijing with 400 kilometers per hour. I want to travel from Tel Aviv to Beijing. Here our flying route distance is 7,156.81 kilometers. But now I want to travel it in 2 seconds. Now here is the came from the points. Well, the points is what would be the speed in kilometer per hour? Well, that would be 214,704 kilometer per hour. That means in Almas Jacob voice, now our speed can be 2,14,000, almost 2,15,000 kilometer per hour, right? Well, in the points, how much petrol would be the consequences? In there, my personal calculator join the points. Well, as we know that our private plane would contain the weight of 2 lakh kilograms. Well, here are the points, and now we can say in this type of answers, Almas Jacob's favorite Jesus Christ cannot answer our questions. Who was our questions? Who can answer our questions? Here is came, and now, well, we can have the problems, technical problem. Now let's fix it. Well, now here is our solutions. Name. Well, here is our solutions name calculator. Okay. Well, private jet weight is 2 lakh kilograms. Well, it's okay. Now here we go. 2,14,704 kilometer per hour. Well, multiple by 1,000 divided by 3,600. Okay. But here we came to know it is the good ones. Oh, we have problem that is 2 minutes. Okay, let's set up points. Well, here we can say one. Okay. Now we know as a kinetic energy. This is half mg square. Okay. But now we to multiply by, well, capability is 0.4, 40%. Multiple by the has temperature difference. It would be petrols. Okay. 40s. And now, well. 2 joule per kilogram per Kelvin, specific heats. And now here we can say 0.778. Petrol density multiplied by volume, and now capability is 40%. Highest Temperature difference 50. Capacity, specific heat 2 joule per kilogram per Kelvin. Okay, now we can say, well, but now here is the answer. Well, the answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 12 trillion liter petrol. Okay. Well, now let me see what have Almas Jacob said, that there is the times of petrol for a business, there is a time for petrol for a military. Well, but now, well, now let's have a demonstration. I am living in Tel Aviv. I want to travel in Beijing in the timing of 2 minutes. Well, my jet is a petrol jet, and it would in the empty jet weight is almost, what would like that, 2 lakh kilograms. And the surprising is that, well, here was the point. So the surprising is that 12 trillion liter petrol we would need to travel from Tel Aviv to Beijing in 2 minutes as the Almas Jacobs points. But now let me tell you what would Antichrist points. Let me see. Okay. And now we are talking about our Antichrist movement. Well, okay. But now it is our Antichrist movement. Okay. Now we can have control V. Well, 2 lakh well 2 lakh kilograms. Well, and now here is the time 156.81 kilometers. Well, I think it would be considered as a meter. Well, divided by 2 multiplied by 60. Okay, we can have a work. Well, now here we can see the velocity is 59.64 kilometer per second. Okay, and now we can say, well, the double of kinetic energy is 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 712 trillion joule. Okay, now it is a scientific points. Uh, well, now what about we can use our artificial sun? Uh, okay. Uh, well, efficiency is 98 and specific heat is 15,408, right? Uh, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And now here we can see the timing difference is 666, 666 uh, quadrillion. Okay. And now let me check. And now that is the clear that 3.536958 E minus 8. Well, that means it would like that kilograms. That means it would like that it is the 3.56 micrograms points. Well, it is the 3.96 micrograms. But now here are the points. Well, now it is time for to play. Just wait for 2 minutes. Just wait for 2 minutes. Okay. Now here, let me see. Let's have an answer to for prayer. Okay. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah. Ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah. Ayyal as-salah, ayyal as-salah, ayyal al-falah, ayyal al-falah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah. Okay. Let's have the points. Okay. But now, let me see that here are the points. Okay. Now we are uploading a files to that we roasted the different persons. But for now, it is perfect to roast Almas Jacob. Okay. Well. Here is the points. Now we can get. Okay. Well, now we can have a points. Okay. Now we would like to see L. Well, now the topic is okay. Well, I have mistakenly click option open and paste. I would not repeat the mistakes. And now, then here are the points. Well, uh, accordance, here was the topic between to roast Tulsi Gabbard. Well, Iranian terrorist naval ship departure Bandar Imam Khomeini, Iran, and arrival port is New York, United States. And here was the Cape of Good Hope. And now distance is 22,150 kilometers, and speed of velocity is 140 kilometer per hour, and travel time is 66 hours. Hence, the kinetic petrol volume is almost 920 million liter. It is the Almas Jacob biblical teachings. But now, what our Antichrist says, our Antichrist say that we can use artificial sun. Specific heat is 15,408 joule per kilogram per Kelvin. Well, capability is 98% and temperature difference is well, the temperature difference, oh my याद नहीं. Well. We can have the points. Well, and now, well, here is we can see 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 2 1 2 3 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 5. Okay. Well, kilograms. Here we have a points. Okay. Gram, milligram. Well, 3 almost 35 micrograms here we need. Well, now here we can see we would need 2.85 micrograms. Okay, and now it is our Antichrist teaching that we can use artificial sun with the temperature difference of 666 trillion kelvins. And okay, here is 2.85 micrograms, while the travel weight is 34 million kilogram. It is the naval ship. Well, and now here is the point why we can use our, well, here is the points why we can use our Antichrist educations. Well, okay, but now here we can see there's the points. But what if our travel times would be 2000? Well, it is above the Alberta. It is the, well, what if the travel time is 21,600 kilometer per second? Let me see. Okay, but here now we can see the Antichrist points. Here travel time is well almost 150 divided by 1 multiplied by 1000 divided by 540. Oh, and now we can say 150,000 divided by 54. Okay. Now it is 41.02%. It is only 41.02 meter per second. Well, but now what if that would be a kilometer per hours? Okay, 21,600 kilometer per second. What is? Well, Celestine. Okay. Now it is 150. Okay. It is almost 526,592 times. Okay. And now we can see 2.85 micrograms. Well, 526,592 times. Okay. Milligrams error, grams error. Okay. That is almost 1.6 gram. Well, here as a points. Now, okay. Now here is the way. Well, here as a military naval ship has to travel from here as a military naval ship has to travel from Bandar Imam Khomeini, Iran to New York City of the United States of America, and the route is Cape of Good Hope, where route points is Persian Gulf, Arabic Gulf, Gulf of Oman, Western Arabian Sea, Western Indian Oceans, Canal of Mozambique, well, Atlantic Oceans near every sea beach of South Africa, well, inter-Atlantic Oceans to reach Sagittarius Sea, and then reach to where our United Arab New York. Okay, but here we can see when Almas Jacob in Almas Jacob education. Here we can see the naval ship weight is 34,000 tons. Hence, according with petrol, the time difference, maximum time difference would be 50 degrees Celsius. Well, we know the specific heat is 2 joule per kilogram per Kelvin, and the capability is 40%. Hence, here we can say it would be 92. The kinetic petrol volume would be 920 million liter of petrol, while the velocity is 41.02 meter per second. But what if that would be 21,000 600 kilometer per second. Well, here is the big truth. Okay. Here is jackpots. Now let me see. Okay. Now let's have a calculator. Now let me have a see what Dajjal is good for us and what the image of Dajjal, I mean the idol of Dajjal is good for us. Let me see. 35011. Okay. And now 526591. Okay. Okay. The volume of kinetic petrol would be the kinetic volume of petrol would be 484 trillion. Well, 121 billion, 494 million, 301,601. That means in the points there would be approximately 485 trillion liter of petrols. But what if that would be an artificial sun? Well, here's the catch, and the catch would be look like the catch would be look like 150 1.5 grams artificial sun with neat, while the temperature is 600. Okay, here is every feature we have seen. Now let's get drive has been complete. Well, and now we can see it would be 1.5 grams if here we can travel of artificial sun in the points if the naval ship contains a velocity of 21,600 km per second with a travel distance of 2,150 kilometers and weight of 34 million kilograms, I mean 34,000 tons. Well, while artificial sun minimum temperature difference can be 666 trillion Kelvin. But what if would be 666 quadrillion Kelvin? Well, that would be 1.5 milligrams. Okay, here we can believe. And now we can see that here is a teaching of Antichrist, that what they can teach us. Well, now how could we be a misogynist? Well, artificial intelligence teach us regularly, okay, with our questions. But Almas Jacob's favorite Antichrist said, Almas Jacob's favorite Jesus Christ does not teach us like that. Well, they would not like to teach us what is the perfect mathematics and perfect physics. Even Galileo Galilei was house arrest because he was perfect knowledge in uh, astrophysics. Well, that is now common sense in our educations. But now, after Isaac Newton, uh, except Pope community, the ordinary Christians believe that there is everything is wrong with everything is wrong we have did with Galileo Galilei. Okay, here's the points, and now as a well, here we can think. But in another topic, I wish I could introduce the lesbian parent couple systems, but it is now irrelevant in the topic because it is now crystal. Now it is a crystal times. It is a crystal technical power. I mean, it is the technical well, news and politics. Okay, now see it. Well, we are talking on 1 hour 32 minutes, but the copyright points was 430.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, यहाँ पर साफ साफ लिखा हुआ है कि as many as, जिसका मतलब ये है कि कोई भी उसके बुत की प्रस्तुति करने से इनकार करेगा, उसका सर कलम करवाया जाएगा, उसको कत्ल करवाया जाएगा.
Okay, now in accordance with Bible, it is clear that okay. Well, now here Almas Jacob said that it is clear in the Bible, everybody who does not obey to the image of Antichrist, it would be killed. Well, if any Jewish would not obey the image of Antichrist, he would be killed. If any Christian woman does not obey on Antichrist idol, she would be killed. Well, here's the different points. But now, here is the points. Here is my own booth. Well, I mean own idol. Well, the image of Gal Gadot provides us a beautiful physics of artificial suns as a travel physics. She has explained. Okay. And here is the dirty informations of kinetic petrol in the knowledge of travel physics. Well, it is as the information on as Central Intelligence Agency informations to Tulsi Gabbard about Iranian terrorist naval ship. Well, but now we can say that it well, it is look like a clear that here we have it is look like a clear that we have had a points about Israeli points and have a Palestinian points. We can have any points about the It is the Imam Mahdi versus Antichrist points. Well, Bible, I have seen that yeah, now I can believe that there is a difference between Imam Mahdi and Antichrist, because Antichrist, because we have learned a beautiful traveling physics knowledge uh, from the Antichrist. Well, therefore, if any person cannot obey to the image of Antichrist, uh, she she denied the knowledge of knowledge of physics during our tour. Okay, and now we want to travel 21,000 with the velocity of 21,600 kilometer per second. So what physics, where physics works, we can explain that. But now, what Jesus Christ would teach, if you want to travel with a velocity of 21,600 kilometers per hour, just pray for God. Dear God, we have mistaken to say an impossible velocity. We won't do the mistake repeatedly. Please forgive me. Well, that Jesus, Almas Jacob favorite Jesus Christ said. But what Antichrist say? Well, your naval ship is is with a weight of 34,000 tons, and you want to travel from New York City to Bandar Imam Khomeini, Iran. Well, and the route is Cape of Good Hope, where the route as the ocean is Indian Oceans, Atlantic Oceans, and uh, Antarctic Oceans. And what is the normal sea? And what is sea route? Sea route is Persian Gulf, Arabic Gulf, Gulf of Oman, Arabic Sea, and Sagittarius Sea. Okay, here well, how physics work, they can learn you. Okay, off your good. Well, you have a best answer. You have a best comment. I like it. Okay. Well, I have a answer for you. I can respond you. And now, here is my response. Okay. Now, here is our response. Well, and now I have seen the several fans of Almas Jacob is in here. But now, today is Ashuras, so we have an Ashura. I have my Ashura party with personally. In the different channels, I will speak Bengali. But now, as when our information is the travel route between New York to Bandar Imam Khomeini, Iran, and the via is Cape of Good Hope. Well, distance is 22,150 kilograms. Well, and the weight naval ship weight contains weight of 34,000 tons. Then how physics works? Well, Antichrist explained and beautifully. But where the topic of Jesus Christ, the Almas Jacob favorite Jesus Christ is has a contains mouth as a statue of liberty. Okay, now here we can see it. Okay.
अब वो जो कोई में से कोई भी हो सकता है, वो एथियस्ट भी हो सकते हैं, वो जो किसी खुदा में बिलीव नहीं करते, या इसके अंदर वो लोग भी हो सकते हैं जो किसी मजहब के ऊपर बिलीव नहीं करते, इलाका गैर के लोग हो सकते हैं, कोई ग्रुप हो सकता है जो कि मुखालिफ मसीह को वैसे ही ना पसंद करता हो, वो भी मुखालिफ मसीह के बुत की प्रस्तिश करने से इनकार करेंगे। तो जो कोई भी इनकार करेंगे उनको वो कत्ल करवाएगा, ना कि सिर्फ यहूदियों और मसीहियों को। हाँ, ये बात भी सच्ची है कि मसीही और यहूदी होंगे जो कि उससे भागेंगे, उसको बिल्कुल भी सजदा करना नहीं चाहेंगे, उसकी वर्शिप नहीं करना चाहेंगे। लेकिन ये बात भी सच है कि मसीहियों ही के अंदर से और यहूदियों ही के अंदर से कई लोग उसकी वर्शिप भी करेंगे। तो सारे ये कह देना ना कि सारे जूज और क्रिश्चियंस को कत्ल करेगा, और ये देखें जी एंटी क्राइस्ट भी जूज और क्रिश्चियंस को सिर्फ कत्ल करेगा, तो ऐसा सच नहीं है। जो कोई भी उसकी प्रस्तिश करने से इनकार करेगा उसका कत्ल किया जाएगा। आगे है जी पॉइंट 7 ईयर रूल, यानी कि वो 7 साल के लिए हुकूमत करेगा। महदी भी और एंटी क्राइस्ट भी जो है वो 7 साल उसको दिए गए हैं हुकूमत करने के लिए। तो जनाब ये 7 साल का जो रूल महदी करेगा वो कैसे करेगा? महदी ने जाकर यरूशलेम के ऊपर कब्जा करना है तलवार से, और उसके साथ एक बड़ा लश्कर होगा, और वो बड़ा लश्कर कई मुस्लिम ममालिक में से होने वाला है, जिसका मतलब ये है कि महदी ने एक कौम के ऊपर चढ़ाई करनी है, यानी कि इसराइल के ऊपर चढ़ाई करनी है, और उसने पीस ट्रीटी किसके साथ बांधनी है? उसने अमन का अहद किसके साथ बांधना है? उसने यहूदियों के साथ अहद बांधना है, क्योंकि यहूदियों ही के मुल्क के ऊपर यानी कि इसराइल के ऊपर उन्होंने कब्जा करना है। तो आप नोट करें, दूसरी तरफ हम मुखालिफ मसीह को देखते हैं, तो मुखालिफ मसीह के बारे में खुदा का कलाम क्या कहता है? खुदा का कलाम दानियल नबी की किताब में हमें साफ साफ बताता है। दानियल नबी ने जो 70 हफ्तों की रोया देखी थी, उसमें जो आखिरी हफ्ता है, एक हफ्ते के अंदर 7 दिन होते हैं, यानी कि उसको 7 साल दिए गए। 7 साल के लिए वो अहद बांधेगा, किन के साथ? यहूदियों के साथ? जी नहीं। एंड ही विल कंफर्म अ कवेनेंट विद मैनी फॉर 1 वीक, जिसका मतलब ये है कि वो बहुत सी कौमों के साथ वो ऐद बांधेगा। यहां से बिल्कुल इसका उलट है। महदी जो है वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ यहूदियों के साथ जाकर अहद बांध रहा है, लेकिन यहाँ पर जो मुखालिफ मसीह है वो मुसलमान नेशंस के साथ, जो दुश्मन नेशंस हैं यहूदियों की, जो बहुत सारी कौमें हैं, उनके साथ अमन का अहद बांधेगा। महदी जो है वो लश्कर के साथ जाकर कब्जा करेगा यरूशलेम का, जबकि ये जो 7 साल के लिए अहद बांधेगा अपनी दुश्मन नेशंस के साथ।
Okay. Now, well, in that points, well, our topic is over. Almas Jacob topic is over for the points. Now let's see the different points we can talk. Well, now let me what we can see. What is Almas Jacob research? Almas Jacob research said that Imam Mahdi has a combined force of Islamic combined force. That means Islamic combined military force to attack on Israel and have a she would have a peace treaty only with Israel. On the other hand, Antichrist, on the other hand, Antichrist would have peace treaty with Muslims, Christians, I mean the every community that would be the enemy of Israel. Well, now here we can got to know. Well, now I'm definitely confirming that in several videos, Almas Jacob points several person as an antichrist, or she has not clarity on who can be antichrist. But this time, when this video, when the topic in the video of Almas Jacob, while the topic is the time period is the war between Israel and Iran. I mean the time between war time between Benjamin Netanyahu and Ahmadullah Khamenei. So we can say clearly in the video, Almas Jacob points on Ahmadullah Khamenei as Imam Mahdi, because Ahmadullah Khamenei is the supreme leader of Islam, Islamic supreme leader of Iran. When in 1947, when Israel has been independent, in every Muslim country of the world have contain a concept of Imam Mahdi, that Imam Mahdi would come and kill every Jewish. Well, it was a fake hadith. Still, 1946, while there were no Jewish country in the world, particularly Albert Einstein was not laureate to be Nobel Prize in Physics. Well, the hadith I have mentioned the hadith was considered as a fake hadith. But when Albert Einstein became Nobel laureate in the category of physics, and now in the topic of solar electricity, Albert Einstein was going to be the greatest scientist of the world. I mean, the only one Jewish greatest scientist of the world. Well, in the points, Muslim has frustrations, and I think that in the points, Muslim at the points we can say Muslim has problems, but because uh, for now they start address the hadith as a Sahih hadith, and their Jewish land was pointing as Germany because Albert Einstein is the Jewish greatest scientist of the world who is born in Germany. But now, after World War II, well, when Israel has been independent and several Israeli back to their homeland, well, suddenly the 50 Muslim countries points has a new explanation to eliminate a new explanation of the hadith to just to eliminate the Jewish country, I mean the Jewish state Israel. Well, in the points there was different types of Imam Mahdi. Um, Sometimes we have we Muslims have imaginated terrorist Yasir Arafat as Imam Mahdi. Sometimes we imaginated Bashar al-Assad family, the president family of Syria, as a Imam Mahdi. Sometimes we believe that Saddam Hussein as an Imam Mahdi, and now sometimes we believe that Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi and Osama bin Laden can be Imam Mahdi, and now, well, we can say that Ahmadullah, for a Muslim world, Ahmadullah Khomeini is an Imam Mahdi. Well, in 100 years earlier, or perhaps in the period of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, here was a point that Imam Mahdi has been born. Well, Imam Mahdi would be born, and she would contain a leadership of Islamic world to stay against Jewish community and the land of Jewish, to eliminate the land of Jewish and every Jewish, every single person of the Jewish community. Well, I can not know what would be our granddaughter name. I cannot know. I have no idea what would be our granddaughter's name. Well, Imam Mahdi would come 1,500 years of the period when Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is alive. Was alive. Here was the points, and it would be his real name would be Imam Mahdi or something like that. We have no idea. Well, Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has a code name for the person as an Imam Mahdi. Well, and now, and what is the Dajjal? Dajjal would be is just a code name of that person who can control the world and who can have a peace trade between who have a peace trade with Christians, Muslim, atheists. I mean the enemies of Jewish community when he would be on behalf of Jewish community. And the real face, according with Almas Jacob research, in this video, the real face of Dajjal would be Benjamin Netanyahu or Donald Trump as the Almas Jacob face. And now, here we see. Now I am going to tell you what would be the real face of Dajjal. Okay. And now, okay. Okay. And now we can say, well, Gal Gadot has written the points. Well, the greatest worshipper of Antichrist, listen Mrs. Almas Jacob, Mahdi would rule in Iran. Well, now who is the supreme? I have a doubt. Okay, because well, I have a doubt. Why? What is the doubts? Okay. Well, the doubt is now the different person was a supreme leader of Iran. Amatullah Khomeini. Now here we can see. Okay. Now here we say Ali Khomeini. Well, it is she is now a supreme leader of Iran. Well, perhaps in Alma Jacob research, she is the code name of Imam Mahdi. Okay, she is the real name of Imam Mahdi. Well, she has a code name in Islam, that is Imam Mahdi. Okay, now let me see. Imam Mahdi would rule in Iran and want to peace treaty with Israel. The condition of peace treaty for Israel, number 0. You Jewish people cannot manufacture any car with velocity of 288,000 km per second. Well, if number 1, you Jewish people cannot reproduce. Okay. Perhaps we have a spelling mistakes. More or than. Okay, now we have a more spelling mistake perhaps. Okay. But here we can have a spelling mistakes. It would be a great spelling mistake, as we can see. Okay. Now, everybody love with it, but you okay, now you can have per minute. Okay, but you have done nice chance. Okay. Now here we can have a face points. Well, number one is that you Jewish people cannot reproduce more than two child per 2 million Jewish women per 10 years, but your death rate should be 100 people per one person per minute. And number two is your you Jewish people cannot participate in any scientific research. But what about Antichrist? As that Antichrist can rule all the in Israel and want to peace treaty with Iran. Number zero, Iran cannot manufacture any car with velocity of 4 km per hour. Iranian person with their entire family has to, well, as what? Uh, uh, okay. But here we have, okay. Well, you can see it for the points. Yeah. Iranian person with their entire family has to live Islam forever. Okay. But now, what would our minds? Well, how it is they mention that how Imam Mahdi wants to peace treaty with Israel. Well, it is the condition of peace treaty with Israel. We Jewish people cannot manufacture any car with the velocity of 288,000 kilometers per second. Okay, but here is the points we can see. Just 2 minutes. Okay. Well, now here is the conditions. Gal Gadot, you can see in the Gal Gadot rate. Well, just let me show you. Well, Gal Gadot rate the Imam Mahdi peace treaty with Israel. The first condition is we Jewish people cannot manufacture any car with velocity of 288,000 kilometers per second. Okay. Well, and here is the points, and it is now my trigger points. Now, I would well, how much time have taken? Okay. Now I have to have a rest time. Well, we can say we can delete the points. Well, now I am having a rest time for 10 minutes. Oh, okay, you can see. Well, here we can see the points. Okay. Car contains 2000 kilograms. Okay. Here would be the points. Okay. Multiple by 9 E 16. Okay. Now we have a points. One. Let's bracket. 1 divided by First second. Uh-huh. Now we can have a 4. V1 minus 5 6 2 8 8 divided by 300. Ah, okay. Hmm. 4. Okay. Now let's remove once. Now. Oh. Okay. 1 divided by 5 6 7. Okay. Now let's have to once 200 1 no 9 E 1 6 1074 1 divided by 0 1 2 8 1 okay. Now, as we can see, well, we have finished my. I have finished my 5. Well, I have finished my 5 minutes. Well, now here we can see if well if we Jewish person can manufacture any car with velocity of 288,000 kilometer per seconds. Well, okay, and now we can see. Well, then our 1 2 3 4 5. Then our kinetic energy would be 406 almost 463 trillions. I know 1 2 3 4 5 6. Well, 463 6 trillions. Okay, million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, 463 quintillion. Almost. Okay. Now, but if we can say as a petrol of 40 degree, 40% capability petrol engine, then what would be the points? Let me see. Okay. Uh, well, 0.4 multiple by 50, that would be the highest, that would be the highest temperature difference, 40% efficiency. Okay. Well, and 2 joule per kilogram per kelvins. And now what would I say? And 778. Okay. And now we would like to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that would be almost 15 quintillion liter of petrol. But now we we have a Jewish mind. We would not depend on petrol because we know that 1 quintillion liter petrol would not be exist in any planet. Even the planet would be at the size like Jupiter. But now here in the previous video I have roast, Almas Jacob said that the war was, well, the previous live where I have roast Almas Jacob, she said that they are attacking Iran just because of petrol. Okay. 857 142 857 142 857 142 point 857 142 857 142. Okay. It would be the points. Okay. Well, that would be efficiency is 98%. 100. Okay. 15,408 joule per kilogram per kelvin. And here is the points. 660 temperature defined would be 666 quadrillion degrees Celsius. Okay. And now here we go. Well, that would be 46 grams, almost 47 grams. Okay. And now here we can see if Jewish people, if well, if Imam Mahdi Islamic well, if any Jewish community, well, if any Jewish community can manufacture any car with a velocity of 288,000 kilometers per second, well, it would be good. Well, they would use artificial sun with a temperature of 666 quadrillion degrees Celsius, and the weight of artificial sun would be almost 47 grams. But if Imam Mahdi Islamic community can manufacture a car with velocity of 288,000 kilometers per second. First of all, it would not be possible. They cannot manufacture a car even with the velocity of 4 kilometer per hour. But hypothetically, we can say that if the Imam Mahdi Islamic community can manufacture a car with a velocity of 288,000 kilometer per second. That means they have to spend almost 15 one, two, 15 quintillion liter of petrols. Well, and it would not be easy for us. I mean, it would not be any comfort for us. Well, here is our first point. And accordance with Imam Mahdi, Islamic physics would say the car with a velocity, manufacturing the car with a velocity of 288,000 kilometers per second would not be possible. But according with the Jewish physics, it is the manufacture of a car with a velocity of 288,000 kilometers per second is not only possible but also easy. But now here is the second point. Well, as previously we have mentioned our the antichrist physics. Okay. Now here we go the second points. Well, I hope second. We hope now we are going to the points of first points. Well, now here is the first points. Here is the second points. Accordance with condition number 0, if any rational Lahori Pakistani, read that rational Lahori Pakistani. If any rational Lahori Pakistani is under attack by Pakistani Taliban terrorists, it would occur at 3 hours with the velocity of Pakistani Taliban car as 40 kilometers per 2 hours. The distance between Tel Aviv to Lahore, Pakistan is 4,796 kilometers, while Israeli car velocity is 288,000 kilometers per second. Mahdi is scared that if she could not kill the rational Pakistani in the delay of 0.8 seconds. Okay. Well, here there is a point. Okay. Now we can have a second point. Now we can have a second point. Well, I am a citizen of Bangladesh. Hence, I can say that in the present time of calendar 2025, calendar month is July, and the first 10 days, well, we can say that the rational Bangladeshi is Dr. Muhammad Yunus. Well, we can say Dr. Muhammad Yunus as a rational Bangladeshi because we cannot say against that. Well, I am not going to say Hasnat Abdullah any rational Bangladeshi. Well, it's okay. Now there are some intellectual Bangladeshis living in Bangladesh, but here live their video location is like Israel or Germany or America, and sometimes it would be the topic of education or cricket, their video location or live location is England. Well, and the intellectual Bangladeshis live location is only in Saudi Arabia, while they would say some Arabics, or they would say some Arabic culture, so with the Arabic rational points. Okay. Well, here now we can say, for now we can say in first 1 to 10 July month, day 1 to day 10, the calendar 2025, we can say Dr. Muhammad Yunus as a rational Bangladeshi, because he is a chief advisor of Bangladesh. But here the point is that Hasnat Abdullah will hire some Iranian terrorist to kill, to assassinate Dr. Muhammad Yunus. Well, Dr. Muhammad Yunus needs some help. So what he can do? Well, he can seek saved passes as a request to Donald Trump as a American United States President. But who would help Dr. Muhammad Yunus, the chief advisor of Bangladesh? That would be Benjamin Netanyahu. Well, now here we can go. We are talking about the, well, now we can say okay. Now here Dhaka. Okay. Well, here we can say well, just 2 minutes. Well, here we can say here is the points. The distance between Tel Aviv, Israel, and Dhaka, Bangladesh is I just zoom in. 5,487 kilometers, and there's a driving route. Driving route is 7,036 kilometer, and the flying route is here 5,490 kilometers. And now we can say here is our magic. Okay. Well, the magic is air. We can say. Now here is driving route 7,035.77 kilometers, and now it is divided by 288,000 kilometer per second. And now here we say the timing is 0.2442975 seconds. That means 25 milliseconds. Israeli Air Force can reach to Dr. Muhammad Yunus according with driver routes, and according with flying routes. Well, what is the flying route? Flying route is 5,489 kilometer, 190 meters. Okay. 5,489.19 kilometers divided by 200. Well, here we can say just 2 minutes. Okay. Well, 0.1905967 seconds. That means 20 milliseconds. Well, and now here is the problem of Imam Mahdi. Because nowadays, well, Imam Mahdi, Imam Mahdi is the enemy of any rational enlightenment, enlightened nations, particularly uh, developed country and the fastest developing country and the still ongoing developing countries. Now we can see that here we can achievement that we can measurement. Okay, and now here is the topic we see. Well, if Hasnat Abdullah uh, hire a Palestinian terrorist or Pakistani terrorist like a Lashkar-e-Tayyiba, Maulana Hafiz Malik, or Abu Bakr well, the chief advisor of Bangladesh. Here would be the points to Dr. Muhammad Yunus, the chief advisor of Bangladesh, is now we can say uh, intellectual Bangladeshis. Now here we can go. Uh, okay. Now here we can say, well, as Dr. Mohammed, well, in several Bangladesh intellectual Bangladeshi live in Bangladesh, but if they are in dangers, Israeli Air Force and Israeli Army can save the intellectual Bangladeshi in 25 milliseconds or 20 seconds. 25 milliseconds as a cars and 25 milliseconds as a cars and 20 milliseconds as a where's the points? So 20 milliseconds as a plane. Here's the points. Just because Israel can contains a car or a plane with a velocity of 288,000 km per second. And here is the problem as the illiterate Muslim community. Just 2 moments. Well, here we can say illiterate Muslim communities can attack on us, but illiterate Muslim communities can attack on us like an intellectual Bangladeshi. But if Israeli armies contains a car or a plane with a velocity of 2,000, I apologize, the velocity of 288,000 km per second, then within 20 milliseconds or 25 milliseconds, we can be saved from our illiterate Muslim communities. Well, because illiterate Muslim communities are supporters of Imam Mahdi. Here's the points. Well, and the third point is that if any starts any war between Antichrist and Imam Mahdi, well, Almas Jacob mentioned that Imam Mahdi's weapon is talwar, that means sword. That means their vehicle would be a horse. Well, now let me check what would be the horse vanished 200 years earlier. But now Imam Mahdi's vehicle would be an ambassador with a okay. Well, when Imam Mahdi would try to attack on Antichrist force, well, what is Antichrist force? The best troop of Antichrist force would be Jewish troop. Well, the Jewish troop contains a car with velocity of 288,000 kilometer per second. Now, now as we can see, within well